Is this who I think it is? What's your name, please? All right, perfect. Let's go ahead and jump right in. We are all so excited to have you here. We're really, really happy to be working with you. Now, you've already been through your full examination. I have all your information right here from that. You've been through your orientation. So today we're just going to be doing your first training session. We're going to keep it pretty simple, nothing too intense. And after you've done some more sort of foundational classes and exercises, we'll move on to the more intensive stuff, okay? But for today, very simple, nothing too wild. All right, so we are just gonna touch base real quick about the information I have on you here, and then I'll put this away and we'll go ahead and get started. For the very beginning portion, I am going to be gently placing my hands on you just to get a feeling for what's going on with your energy right now. If you're uncomfortable with that, what I can do is just sort of hover my hands just over your body. So what would be your preference, touching or hovering? Okay, you got it, absolutely. So, don't mind any noises coming from up there. They're doing a bunch of flight simulation stuff today. It shouldn't be too noisy, but just in case you're wondering, let me go ahead and, okay. So, as you've probably noticed when you've seen some of the other students, is you are a little bit older than our typical student here. We try to find you all as early on as possible, but what can happen with many people, as I know it did for you, is despite having some sort of sense fairly early on that you do have something special, there can be outside circumstances, other people, things that happen that make you doubt that, and don't feel too bad about that. It does happen quite often, but you're here with us now. We see you, we know who you are, and you're in good hands, okay? So, just for the purposes of making sure that we start at the appropriate level of intensity, on a scale of 0 to 10, with 0 being perfectly calm, no anxiety at all, to 10 being I am so anxious that I feel like I'm gonna burst into tears and start screaming. What would you say you're at right now? Okay. And I'm gonna do a quick check-in. I'm gonna ask you to take a few breaths first. Try and match my instructions as best you can. If for some reason you can't, just do your best. Okay, so I'm gonna ask you to breathe in. Hold it. Breathe out. Good. Breathe in. Hold it. Breathe out. Perfect. One more. Breathe in. Hold it, and breathe out. Beautiful. I'm going to ask you to do a little check-in with your body here, okay? I'm going to describe different parts of your body, and I want you to give me a simple yes or no. Are you feeling your anxiety in that part of your body right now? Okay? So in your head, are you feeling any sensations of anxiety in there right now? Back of your neck, any feelings of anxiety there? Any muscle tightness or stiffness? Okay. Upper back, any feelings of anxiety there? Tightness, tension, anything else? Okay. Shoulders, how about there? In your upper arms, how much? What are you feeling there? Okay. Forearms? In your hands and fingers, you feeling any anxiety sensations in there? Okay. All right, how about your chest? And this can be the muscles of your chest, deeper in your lungs, your heart area, just like an internal sensation. Anything at all? Are you feeling any anxiety sensations in your chest area? Okay. How about in your sort of stomach and abdominal area? Okay. Okay. In your buttocks? Your pelvic area, anything in there? Okay. How about your hips? Upper legs? Knees? Anything there? Lower legs, like in your shins or your calf muscles. Okay. All right, now how about your feet and your toes? All right. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and put this away, and then we'll get started with our first training session, all right? Good. All right. So, as I'm sure they explained to you during your orientation, what happens with a lot of people like you, especially if it takes us a while to find you, people tend to develop this belief that these sensations that they're feeling in their body are anxiety, that it's some sort of like psychic anxious energy thing. If you didn't know that that was your superpowers just buzzing around in their raw state, that's totally understandable. Very few people do until we have a chance to find them and explain it. Not many people are lucky enough to grow up in conditions or with families or friends or anything like that who can tell them otherwise. So, if you didn't know, that's fine. Totally understandable. Very few people do. But now you hear, and you know that there's more to it, okay? So, the thing is, with someone like you, whose powers are all still totally in their raw state, it just kind of has a mind of its own. It's not directed. And what you need to be able to do is develop some ability. And this is something that takes quite a while and a lot of practice. Don't feel bad if you can't do it right away. But what you need to do is over many sessions, we're going to practice moving that energy, that feels like anxious energy, through different parts of your body. Okay? And that's how we're going to begin to control it. So over time, as you get a mastery of that, focusing on it, being able to move it around, direct it, send it here, send it there. Then we will move on to the next step, which will be focusing it enough to actually start to do things with it, okay? All right. I know that sounds really overwhelming to a lot of people, but don't you worry. We're going to take our time. You are absolutely going to get there. Everyone does. And I think especially with someone like you who has such a high level of raw power running through your body, it's just going to be a matter of practice. You're going to be able to do some really cool things with it a little further down the road. Okay? All right. So, I'm just going to ask you to get real comfortable to begin with. And I'm going to go ahead, like I said, and just start feeling for your energy a little bit. Just right here. Right here. You take another deep breath for me. In, hold, and out. Good. Wow. Yeah. I'm really glad we have you here. We're going to be able to help you quite a bit, I think. Go ahead, and I'm going to put right here. Put my hand right here. Breathe in, and out. All right. So, for the first part, what we're going to do is we are going to be drawing any of that anxious energy from your hands, from your feet, basically from the extremities of your body, and we're going to be practicing pulling them all in toward your chest, right in here. So you're going to be sort of calling it in, pulling it in into this big, concentrated, focused ball of energy right here. So that's the first step, okay? So it's up to you whether you want to keep your eyes open or whether you want to close them. I recommend closing them usually, but you'll be able to tell what's more comfortable for you, okay? So, do you think you'd prefer to close your eyes or keep them open? All right, that's fine. Let's go ahead, and you can always switch, change your mind if you want. But what we're going to do is I'm just going to ask you to take a moment and just sort of wiggle your fingers. Good. Wiggle your toes. Just a gentle little wiggle of your legs. Your arms and shoulders. Okay. Not just your upper body. Is that a little? Good. Just like that. Yes. All right. Now, you don't have to follow along just yet. I'm going to tell you what we're going to be doing. I'm going to lead you through a series of breaths. Match my instructions as best you can. With each breath in, what you're going to do is you're going to pull that energy from the extremities of your body in towards your chest. So you'll breathe in, and that will pull it in. Then you'll hold the breath for a moment. You'll breathe out, and as you hold and breathe out, you're going to keep that energy where it is so it doesn't spread just right back out to the edges, okay? So breathe in, pull, hold, let the air out. Breathe in, you're going to pull it a little bit closer, and with each breath in, you're going to pull it all closer and closer and closer to the center of your chest, where we're going to keep it in that concentrated ball of energy, okay? Now, some people are able to do this fairly quickly. It might only take them 2 or 3 breaths. Some people, it takes a few more. So, whichever is true for you is absolutely fine. If I lead you through the first couple of breaths and you've already got it all collected here, then just use the rest of the breaths to hold it in place, okay? But if you need the full set of breaths that we're going to be going through to get it there, that's fine too, all right? Okay. So, are you ready? You're going to do wonderfully. Okay. So breathe in and pull the energy toward your chest a little. Good. Hold the energy. Breathe out, holding the energy where it is. Good. Breathe in, pulling the energy toward your chest a little more. Hold, holding the energy. Good. And breathe out, holding the energy where it is. Breathe in, pulling it closer, closer. Good. Hold. Breathe out, holding the energy where it is. Great. You're doing great. You're doing a really good job. Breathe in, pulling it closer. Hold, holding it in place. Breathe out. Good. Again, breathe in, pulling that energy closer to the center of your chest. More concentrated. Good. Hold. Breathe out, holding it where it is. Let's do 2 more breaths. Breathe in nice and deep, pulling all that energy away from the edges of your body, closer and closer and closer to the center of your chest. Hold it there. Very good. You're doing great. Breathe out, continuing to hold it. Very good. One more time. You're doing wonderfully. Breathe in. Pulling it all in right to the center of your chest. Good, good, good. Hold it. Great. Breathe out. Okay. Now breathe normally, however's comfortable for you. And just kind of hold that ball of energy in your chest, okay? And here's what we're going to do. I'm going to have you start moving it on the out breath when we do the next few breaths, okay? So don't do it yet. Keep it right there in the center. But when you breathe out, I might say, send it to your shoulder, okay? Or send it to your right hand, send it to your left knee, send it to your right foot, send it to your stomach. I'm going to ask you to send it to different places and then pull it back to your chest, okay? Good. And again, you're doing amazing. A lot of people struggle with this their first time, so if you're not getting it perfect, it's totally normal. You're actually doing much better than a lot of people do their first time, okay? So just keep doing what you're doing. Now, feel that ball of energy that you've collected here in your chest. Breathe in, hold it, and now send it to your left shoulder. Good. Breathe in, pulling it back to the center. Good. Now, breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out, sending it to your right hand. Good. Hold it there. Breathe in, pulling it back to the center of your chest. Good. Now resting breath. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out, sending it down to your stomach. Good. Now hold it there. Breathe in, pulling it back to the center of your chest. A resting breath. Breathe out. Breathe in. Perfect. Now, breathing in. Breathe out, sending it to the top of your head, right up here. Good. Perfect. Hold it there. Now breathe in and pull it back to the center of your chest. Good. All right. I think you're ready to try something a little bit trickier. We're going to do a resting breath. Breathe out. Breathe in. Good. You're doing great. Now breathe in. And now set it down to both feet at the same time. Down, 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 down to your feet. Good. Hold it there. And now bring it back up to the center of your chest. Great. Okay, now you can kind of relax a little bit. Let me just check here. here. Just breathe however is most comfortable for you, trying to keep the energy in the center of your chest. It's okay if it's moving a little bit. Energy tends to be pretty fidgety when you first start working with it. The more times we go through this, you'll find you have more and more control over it, okay? Alright, so what we're going to do next is we're just going to sort of pulsate that ball of energy, okay? So we're going to breathe in, and it's going to get big, and we're going to breathe out, and it's going to get smaller and more concentrated again, okay? So you don't have to do it yet, just breathe comfortably. But as I instructed, you'll breathe in, it'll get big, you'll let it spread out, then we'll hold it there, and you'll breathe out, and it'll get smaller and more concentrated in the center of your chest again, okay? You ready? Yeah. Your energy is feeling really, really good. Alright. So, taking that energy that we have concentrated right here in the center of your chest, I'm going to ask you to breathe in, let it expand, and hold it there, and breathe out, let it shrink. Good. Breathe in, let it expand, hold it there, breathe out, let it get small and concentrated. Good. Breathe in, even bigger this time. Good. Hold it there. Great. You're doing wonderfully. Breathe out. Let it get nice and small and concentrated right in the center. Perfect. You're doing great. One more time. Breathe in. Big, big, big this time, okay? And breathing out. Let it get small. Great. You are doing so well. We're not going to do too much more. Again, we don't like to exhaust you or overwhelm you with these beginning foundational exercises. So, we're just going to do a little bit more, and this one's going to be a little bit of improvisation. So breathe however is comfortable for you right now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to be instructing you to take some deep breaths again. So on the out breath, you are going to send the energy wherever you want. Okay? It's your choice. You can send it to any part of your body. You can do the thing where we make it expand. You can try something else creative with it. Some people like to try and make it blink, or they try to make it change color. Those are slightly more advanced. You're welcome to try them if you want, but if you don't feel quite ready for it, most people don't, that's fine. Just try the moving, okay? You ready? So I'm not going to be giving you any specific instructions this time. I'm just going to be guiding your breathing. So for every in-breath, you're pulling that energy into a concentrated ball right in the center of your chest. And for every out-breath, you're just choosing to do something with it, sending it to a different part of your body, changing its shape, its size, something like that, okay? Alright, so let's go ahead and begin. Take a deep breath in, hold, breathe out. Yeah, just like that. Okay. Breathing in, pulling it back in. Hold it. Breathing out. Good. Yeah, I like what you're doing with it. Just a couple more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Yeah, that works just like that. Okay, bringing it back in, breathe in. Good. Breathe out. breathe in, bringing it in, holding it, and just one more thing, breathe out. Perfect. Okay. So now I'm going to ask you to kind of relax your body, relax your breathing. You've exercised a lot of control over that ball of energy, and it's already looking much more stable. Let me just check right here. Yeah, your energy is just, I can already notice a big difference. Can you feel a difference? Okay. So, just as I kind of check your energy here, just relax your body. If it feels comfortable to do so, you can try and keep that energy centralized in your chest. But for a lot of people, they just want to kind of let it almost deflate and relax and sort of recede into their body. So just do whatever feels comfortable. Okay. All right. Now, you have done an amazing job. I think you're going to be able to do some really, really amazing things with these powers of yours. And whether you feel like you're making progress quickly or slowly, we do like to do this particular segment of the training a whole bunch of times just to make sure you really have it. It's going to be up to you. You need to sort of check in with your body and see whether you feel up for daily training or whether you want to do it a couple times a week, once a week. But make sure you do come back for regular sessions. We'll keep doing this, and then we'll eventually move on to some more advanced stuff once you've really, really comfortably got it. Okay? All right. Keep breathing however feels comfortable. Let's see. Okay. So, what I'm going to do now that you've been doing all this work with your energy, I'm going to go ahead and step out of the room. I'm going to dim the lights, and then I'm just going to ask you to check in with your body. Ask yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you feeling now? Where are you at? Okay. All right. So, I'm going to be stepping out of the room, going to dim the lights, and check in with your body and get a sense for whether you are ready to just move on with your day, or whether you want to close your eyes and take a little nap. The room's all yours for a few hours, so if you'd like to rest, that's absolutely fine. Everyone's needs after each session is going to be a little bit different, okay? So just do whatever feels right. Okay. It's been an absolute joy working with you today. I think you've already demonstrated incredible potential. And I'm looking forward to all of your future sessions here. I'm looking forward to seeing you again soon and working with you and helping you to master your energy in a way that empowers and affirms the very, very special nature of who you are, okay? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and leave the room. I'm going to turn down the lights, and then you make your choice as to whether you want to rest or head on out, okay? Great. Well, I'm so looking forward to seeing you again soon, and again, it was a real joy. Thank you.